What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, this is going to be, I believe, the last signing that the New England Patriots made today, the first day of the legal tampering period, and dear God, I don't think any of us expected them to go off as much as they did. So props to New England, props to Bill Belichick. I mean, as much as I didn't get any sleep today, and as much as I had to make a crap ton of videos, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed today, and I'm super excited for what the offseason holds, guys. It is going to be super fun. And seeing how Bill Belichick reacted today, I'm super curious to see how he does in the 2021 draft. But anyway, in this one, the Patriots are adding more depth at the wide receiver position. This time, it is going to be in wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. They are signing him to a 3-year deal worth $22.5 million. Now, guys, if you have been around my channel for a while, you would know that I'm high on Kendrick Bourne. I said that the Patriots should sign Kendrick Bourne. Even last offseason, I was including him in videos and how the Patriots should look to pick him up. The San Francisco 49ers ended up placing a second-round tender on him. He ended up staying with San Francisco 49ers. Year now, and he is a free agent. And the New England Patriots decided to pick him up. Actually, in fact, if you guys checked out my recent video that I made before all the signings were happening, in which I do one last video on how the Patriots should spend their 2021 cap space, I actually had Kendrick Bourne in that video. So, again, if you watch my videos, you're pretty familiar with him. And straight off the bat, this is a very good deal for Kendrick Bourne, who really wasn't making much of anything. I mean, a 3-year deal, he's getting locked up with New England, and for $22.5 million. Good for him. But I also think that just goes to show how interested in him New England really is, that they're giving him this big contract. Now, Bourne is going to be another player that brings some height here for the Patriots. 6'1", 203 pounds, a nice sized wide receiver, 25 years old, very young still. Very much in his prime, still raw, has a ton of time to develop. By the time his contract ends, he'll be about 28 years old. Now, in 2020, he played in a total of 15 games. He was targeted 74 times. So this was a guy that Jimmy Garoppolo and the backup quarterback of San Francisco really liked to target. Out of those 74 targets, he had 49 receptions for 667 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like I mentioned, he was a restricted free agent last year. Honestly, that probably helped the Patriots out in the sense of they didn't have money to sign him last year. This year, they do have money to sign him. So maybe it was actually a blessing in disguise, but he might not be the second tier or even the first tier for sure of wide receivers, but I would say he's definitely close to being a second tier wide receiver. Some of the 49ers reporters even said that they didn't believe that he was going to return to San Francisco and that he could potentially come to New England. And that's exactly what happened, probably because Kendrick Bourne is a perfect fit. In some ways, I actually see a lot of Jakobi Meyers in him. You know, I think that him and Jakobi Meyers could get along very, very well, and I think they could really help complement each other, but they're a lot alike. They're the same type of wide receiver, and what I mean by that is that Kendrick Bourne is not going to burn you. He's not a big body wide receiver that catches 50-50 balls. He is a Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Jakobi Meyers type of guy. He runs really good routes, he gets separation, and he makes good cuts. That's his play. And it seems like those guys always seem to succeed for New England. I mean, look at it. Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, which is why I have a lot of hope for Kendrick Bourne. He's also someone that will bring versatility just like a Jakobi Meyers. He's someone that can play outside or inside. I do expect him to play more inside than outside, though. I think that if Cam Newton is a starting quarterback, Kendrick Bourne is actually someone to watch and someone that could really connect, because as the season progressed, we saw Jakobi Meyers actually really connecting with Cam Newton, and that is because Jakobi Meyers knows how to get open. Somehow he would find separations, he would find holes in a defense, and that is exactly what Kendrick Bourne could do. Now, Jakobi Meyers was getting a lot of notice from defenses as the season went on because he was constantly getting open and Cam was going his way. Now, obviously, they can't double team both Kendrick Bourne and Jakobi Meyers, so this could prove to be really well for New England. He's also somebody that really doesn't drop the ball. He's someone that Cam Newton can rely on. He's pretty sure-handed, and he is someone that I really expect Cam Newton or whoever the quarterback is to go to on third down. He is money on third down. He's a guy that converts on third down, a lot like Jakobi Meyers. And also like Jakobi Meyers, he actually made the team as an undrafted free agent in 2017 and is now coming off a career year. I'll definitely be curious to see how Belichick decides to use him in the sense of, will he be a wide receiver 2, a wide receiver 3, a wide receiver 4? The most snaps that he's ever played with the San Francisco 49ers was 63%. Will Belichick play him more or not? I'll definitely be curious to see it. He's someone, though, who's going to be a really good Patriot, and I'm really excited, not just on the field, but off the field. He's a really great guy off the field. He interacts with fans. He's always on social media doing stuff. He does live streams, so I really think that this is going to be a guy that becomes a fan favorite. Now, to look at some of his other stats here in 2019, he appeared in all 16 games. He was targeted 44 times, 30 receptions, 358 yards. He was also averaging 11.9 yards that season. He was averaging 13.6 yards per reception back in 2020, so just this past season. In 2019, he was also able to put up 5 total touchdowns, while in 2020, he put up 2 touchdowns. And he was also able to have a pretty good 2018 season, which he also appeared in all 16 games, in which he was targeted 66 times, 42 receptions, 487 yards, 11.6 yards per reception, and 4 touchdowns. So he's a guy who is continuously making the chains move. He's never averaged less than 11.6 yards per reception. With uncertainties around Julian Edelman, his health, will he be able to return for the 2021 season? Will he even be returning to the NFL, period? I think adding Kendrick Bourne is just an excellent move by the New England Patriots to help not just build for now, but to help build the future and to continue on that legacy of that classic Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan type of role. I think that he's someone who could help replace that role of Julian Edelman if he isn't able to return a little bit more than I would say than a Jakobi Meyers, just because his short area quickness is really, really good. He had a time of a 6.73 for his 3-cone drill back in 2017. That quick area shortness is something Edelman is known for, and partially why he's able to get open so quick, and why Tom Brady, and I know we don't have Tom Brady anymore, but why Tom Brady always was able to get the ball out quick. Big fan of the signing, though. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.